bounce like basketball. God is with us in all we do. And just when we think we're through, He lifts us up and we don't fall. We just go bouncing like basketballs. Because we are gods. We belong to God.
Belong to God.
And to God's sweet basketball.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Elton and Betty White time. I'm Elton White, and this is my wife. Okay, anyway, we have a guest with us today. We're going to try to get him up here and utilize some of his special skill. Anyway, he's from Little Rock, Arkansas. We have something in common. We're originally from Little Rock, Arkansas, too. We've been in California for about maybe going on 5 years now, 5 or 6 years, right?
No, we've been here.
Yeah, about 5 years, 5 or 6 years now.
6 years.
Anyway, he plays the harmonica. He did stand-up comedy for different clubs here. For example, in Little Rock, Juanita's, DMZ, and plus a few places in California. He did stand-up comedy, and He's been a missionary about 15 years. He's been on the road,
Now, this is not missionary as you know it. This is his religion.
Oh, it's his religion, right.
Yes.
Oh, in his religion.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, here's Janor from Little Rock, Arkansas. All right.
Yay!
Janor, all right.
The last time we saw you entertain on the stage was when two bands backed out.
All right.
Remember show jacket number 2, Elton, as if I need to tell you, the jacket should be so hot it can do the show without you. Now, I'm Elton and Betty. It's really good to be on your show, Janor.
Oh, okay. Okay, tell me a little about yourself. What have you done and what brought you here?
No interviews. No, I'm sorry. No, a superstar needs his privacy. That's just the way it is. I can't tell you about the origin of my career in 1980, formation of Doctors for Bob, the bleeding head of Arnold Palmer Launcher Society, joining the Church of the SubGenius, which I've been, which is an anti-religion of the future, which I've been traveling missionary for the past 15 years. I've been doing, this is what I call stand-up tragedy. I've been doing this since about 1985. But, I mean, I can't tell you any of these things. No interviews whatsoever.
No,
Okay,
ask a question.
Just a few
questions.
It's because the superstar thing is still a label. And that label is a limitation, and I don't need that. I don't need limitations. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right.
Don't touch my hair.
What have you experienced about California for us in the entertainment industry for us? Having a chance to start a career in acting,
well, it's tough, Elton. It's tough,
real tough. Exactly.
Showbiz is dog eat dog. What's worse than dog eat dog? It's dog doesn't return other dogs' phone calls. It's I mean, I came out here to be discovered. I don't know. Taking people so long to discover me. I've known about me for years. But when it comes to modern-day comedians, I stand alone. I guess I forgot to shower this morning.
You don't even want to mention.
Oh, yeah, there's one thing I certainly don't want to mention.
I knew Janor's title, but on the bus coming up here this morning, we discussed it. Now,
Now, this is something that Betty also doesn't want me to mention, and I don't want to mention. I don't know how Elton feels about it.
As long as you give us equal time.
But this is, now I'm one of the co-authors of this book. It just came out this year. It's called Revelation X. It's written by the Church of the SubGenius, which I'm one of the founding members of. It's published by Simon & Schuster. Now, this just tells the entire philosophy of J.R. Bob Dobbs.
Bob Dobbs has a wonderful new program for exterminating 9/10 of the human race simultaneously.
But we believe in what we call the abnormals, and the superiority of the abnormals over what we call the normals. And in 1998, flying saucers are going to land called Exis, and we're all going to be, everyone who sent our religion $30 is going to be taken up to what we call pleasure dimensions with sex goddesses.
Could I mention just one thing here? Elton and I have a new approach to religion also. That a lot of things that you say are abnormal. Now, like a lusty sex life, we think that belongs to God, and we think it needs to be encompassed in marriage. And we don't want to hear about anybody being put to sleep. Because there was a man in Arkansas, you brought back so many memories of Arkansas, that said everybody over 65, a policeman, he said everybody over 65 should be put to sleep. And I said, even if they're healthy, he says, even if they're healthy, everybody over 65 costs too much money. That was right, that's right. And he never backed down, and no one but me ever counted. But what we're saying is that a lot of the things that I caught that might be abnormal in that book, that we're saying love between man and woman. It's good, it's good, it's good, and it should be part of God, considered part of God. And of course, like I say, we believe in marriage. And go ahead, Janor.
Well, it's edited by Reverend Ivan Stang, and of course the views I'm expressing here are just my own. That this is I don't know, I did this Know You Well, The Signs of the End Times, and you know, I did want to say as far, you know, because I'm interested in love between a man and a woman too, but it seems like every woman I go out with says, I like you as a friend. I figure I'm about 2 friendships short of having intercourse with a deer carcass. But you'll find that naked women are a recurring theme in my work.
All the women just seem to hardly get along with him, huh? I heard that you hadn't met no one like Betty yet, right? Yeah,
most of the women, there's some nice women out there, but most of them, we're just friends. We just friends.
I like you as a friend. I'm attracted to women who wear high heels because they can't run as fast. But, well, here's, now I've started my own, this is a religion that I also started, the First Church of Cute Young Girls Who Are Sex Slaves to Janor Hypercleets. And this has been, well, I've been so inundated with requests for membership. We're trying to put in a new switchboard. But it's kind of, I mean, when I had my special on NBC, you know, I was just inundated with cute young girls who wanted to be sex slaves to Janor Hypercleets. But then it kind of, my show got canceled, and it kind of turned into the first church of slightly worn-out looking middle-aged women who would enjoy maybe talking to Janor Hypercleets on the phone. But then it kind of, I picked up for a while, but then, you know, when I was singing at the, doing that lounge act at the Holiday Inn, and it sort of turned into the first church of B-girls and strippers who would talk to Janor Hypercleets if he buys them a drink. So it's not, you know, it's not quite as thriving as it was at one time. No, but I can't answer any question about sex. Sorry.
Oh, I heard it, but like I said, you did some real shows. What motivates you to go on when you do your show? I've seen you do a show. I think at Juanita's in Little Rock. You did a show for the people.
Yeah, you did one for us.
You know, sometimes the boos don't bother you. When people say boo, boo. See, you got good courage. You know, some people, they just give up after
well, my definition of art is anything that takes up other people's time and allows me to be the center of attention.
But Janor, listen, you know, and I have to say it for, I was single a year and 8 months between my first marriage and after, and I don't intend to ever be single again. And you're talking about strippers and prostitutes. When we ran for public office in Arkansas, that was one of my campaigns, to make it legal. To make it legal, let all these women walk in the sunshine and hold their heads up as much as the opposite.
I've never cheated on any of my wives.
No.
Well, in this days it can be deadly with AIDS. And so if you preface your remark, can I go to bed with you? Hey, let's get married. Hey, that's a different story.
You know, I'm going to tell you, like the road to being a pimp is set for California, you know, places like New York. But, you know, the kids, being able to pimp women in California, place, a ride, you know, shelter from. You know, you'd be surprised. You can go on the Hollywood Boulevard and maybe pick up 20 women. You got the place from the state. You know what I mean? You know, it was nice looking ride. The money. You know what I mean? You can pick up and take care of.
This is another thing.
You know, it's so easy to pick up women. So many women is desperate for.
Yeah, I've been thinking about trying to start some kind of business that could work out of my home.
Listen, they're talking about family values. They're talking about family values. And this is one thing I disagreed with Hillary Rodham on about family values. You can't have any family values. Hillary is 2,000 miles away from Bill Clinton. And I think Billy's lusty past and career might be tailored to the fact that his wife is somewhere on the other continent or somewhere far, far from it. Family values it's as important for the woman to have sex as it is for a man, and you can't have it miles away from each other. And the child glows with a good sex life between his mother and father.
Oh, what he's saying, with Bill Clinton being on a lot of missions, you know, and Hillary Clinton, he goes, well, as a chance he might be tempted to cheat on Hillary.
Yeah, I believe his, of course he might do it anyway.
You
but,
know, the same thing, they had the accusation with Jennifer Flower, you know, he's been away, you know, they're tempted to, to do something wrong.
But the woman needs sex too, the wife needs sex also.
Especially if the husband is
and you don't see Mrs. Dole leaving Bob Dole's side.
Mrs. Dole?
You don't see it.
Oh, they always
you see him, you see her not far away.
There's different families that have different
sex is sex, and women
values, like the Charles Manson family values.
Charles Manson.
The only family that's worth a dime after you're adult is your husband. Husband and wife.
Charles Manson, what did he kill about 9 women's? You know, some people have their own fantasies.
There's 2 in my family.
And some people just don't like women. You know, some people like, you have certain people who like to torture. You know, people just don't like to get women, don't date them, just torture them. Beat them up and just get out of here, women.
Because if you're guilty,
they just have
that's another subject, and let's let Janor sing his little song.
What you can relate to, right?
Well, there's no torture whatsoever in the Church of the SubGenius.
But Janor, I want to tell you something. I was married for 36 years to a very liberal man who said a good woman is one who puts it in for you. And another thing, he believed in husbands and wives swapping. That, I mean, to the day that we parted company, and a year and a half before I met Elton, and who leaves you no bones, but he doesn't want you to have anything to do with another man. Not anything. Don't look at him, don't talk to him, don't be with him.
Okay, speaking of the churches, Bob, eternal salvation in this book here.
Instant answers for everything, eternal salvation, or your money back, or triple your money back.
Triple your money back. Like, Jim Jones, you remember that, Jamestown, when they maxed all those religious beliefs, remember that happened in Jamestown? Remember
I remember,
See, everybody got their own beliefs. He was, he wanted to sacrifice people, for salvation.
Well, we figured if we could get, if he could get 900 people to commit suicide, we could get 900 people to send us $1.
Exactly right.
And it worked out, but I don't know if we've broken even with the postage and all that, the Kool-Aid bill.
Like you should be able to get some charity. People.
The end of the time.
Give up life for death.
I don't believe that.
Okay.
I believe we're on the verge of the most wonderful era the world has ever known. We don't blow each other up. That there's going to be travel to space as commonly as going to New York City. It's going to be travel to another planet, and that just the achievements are stretching ahead of us, just boundless and endless. If we don't blow each other up.
You know what? I don't understand. Dr. Kevorkian, you remember? He helped people commit suicide. You got people who paying this man, thousands of dollars just to die. Here you got, like you said, y'all.
Yeah, I've got a certificate.
Why can they come to you?
I've got a certificate I was going to give you. It's for one free visit to Dr. Kevorkian's clinic. But
oh no.
No, a good sex life. You don't need Dr. Kevorkian's clinic. You don't get depressed. Sex is what makes you mentally alert. What makes you look forward to life?
I feel like I'd like to talk to him sometime. The fact that I could commit suicide is the only thing that keeps me alive. But no, I'm just kidding.
But see, with Jesus Christ, you don't think about God because there's a passage in the Bible, the 6th Psalm, that says, "What can you do for God in the grave?" So if you believe in God, there is something always for you to do. Something always.
Always. What you said.
That's right. And if you believe in Jesus Christ and there's joy in your heart, because I would like to eliminate the cross entirely, and I have. I don't even wear one anymore because the little girl cried to me and told it made her unhappy. But Jesus was. I had come that you might have life, joy, that you might have it more abundantly. And if you have those 2 elements in your life, even if you toy once in a while over somebody else's actions, that pulls you out of it, because what can you do with God in your grave?
I think there's a superior intelligence that inhabits most of the known universe except for some parts of North Little Rock. But that's just my own personal belief.
North Little Rock.
That flirts with one of my ideas. Did we create God as we evolved, humankind, or did God create man? And that's a subject for a big debate.
It's really been wonderful seeing y'all again.
I love
Wonderful
it.
seeing you again, and
Come
you're
on,
properly
I like
seeing
it.
Jader on public access.
Appreciate y'all
Appreciate
having me
you,
on.
Jamie.
Thank you very much, Jader.
Hope you real much success, Jamie.
We'll do some quick gossip here.
Quick gossip here.
Political gossip,
Okay.
and we've been watching the Democratic convention.
Convention, right, you know.
We've been watching the scandal in Arkansas, and Elton and I both ran against Bill Clinton in Arkansas as write-in candidates for governor. We knew we
Yeah.
couldn't win. We wanted to, but back in the cobwebs of my mind and is the fact that I think Bill Clinton wrote that bill that allowed